I was not able to finish my studies. My family did not have the means for me to do so. If I had studied further, what I really would have gone for is to become an airline pilot. That's it, airline pilot.
This is your captain here once again. And just for your information, we're now passing directly over.
I love being up there, in the middle of the skies, floating along, flying through the clouds. To me, that is the idea of paradise. My name is DIBILSA. I am 45 years old and I was born in Lobato, São Tomé. I arrived in Portugal in 2016. Growing up, I was always surrounded by the kids in our street. We would spend days immersed in water, down the river. That's where all the action took place. We would bathe in the river and play games in the river. We were almost fish-like. And when we were not in the river, we were at school. And when we were not at school, we would skip ropes and play with old tins. We would collect water and carry it home on our heads. We would gather sticks and branches for making fire. Everyone helped at home. The sea gave us all the food we needed. Tuna, shrimp, octopus. We were so happy, but I suspect we did not know it. My auntie, who is more or less my age, was the first to get to Portugal. She came here during the World Expo of 1998 to perform in a play. We grew up together, and she supported me when I most needed help. I had an accident in São Tomé that nearly destroyed my leg and foot. If I hadn't traveled to a hospital in Portugal, I am certain they would have amputated my leg. My children stayed behind while I was here receiving medical care. 5 years went by, 9 surgeries. During those 5 years, I cried every day. The pain of not having them around was harder than the pain I felt on my leg. And now, when I look back, I see life has changed so much. I have bought my own place here. I have managed to bring my 4 children to this country. Portugal charmed me. It looked after me as if I was born here. It gave me medical care, and I didn't have to pay for it. In Portugal, the most important thing is to save lives. And that idea still really moves me. It doesn't mean that there isn't racism. Of course there is. It's happened to me several times on the bus. Someone changing seats because I was by their side. When that happens, I think that it's that person who has a problem, right? I pay for my bus pass, and if the other person is upset with my presence, then they can look into alternatives. They can take their own car instead, perhaps. I never allow myself to suffer when these incidents happen. My dream right now is to have a church wedding and a big party. I got married in the registry office, but I want to have a big wedding day. I want to wear a beautiful dress and walk up the aisle to the sound of that famous wedding song. I want to celebrate in a venue and go on a honeymoon to a country nearby. I have been further away from that honeymoon than I am now. It's almost here. Almost.
This episode is part of the audio documentary series VOZES, created by Centro Padre Alves Correia, CEPAC, in partnership with Largo Residências, as part of the ComUnidade 2.0 CLAIM Lisboa-Estrela project. VOZES tells the stories of migrants supported by CLAIM Lisboa-Estrela, a local center for migrant integration run by CEPAC, featuring interviews and writing by Cláudia Monteiro, narration by Pedro Saavedra and Cláudia Monteiro, and sound design and original music by Francesco Valente. This project is co-financed by the AMIF 2030 program and the European Union. European funds closer to you.